Unmasking the deceptive tactics, how sex traffickers lure victims. In a world where human trafficking is an alarming reality, it is crucial to unmask the deceptive tactics that sex traffickers employ to lure their victims. This video dives deep into this dark underworld, shedding light on the tactics used by these criminals to exploit vulnerable individuals. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Sex traffickers are highly skilled manipulators who prey on the vulnerabilities of their victims. Using a combination of coercion, manipulation, and psychological control, they create a web of deceit that traps their victims in a life of exploitation. By understanding the methods employed by traffickers, we can equip ourselves with the knowledge needed to identify and prevent these heinous crimes. Understanding the tactics used by sex traffickers. Sex traffickers employ a wide range of tactics to lure their victims, often targeting individuals who are vulnerable due to poverty, lack of education, or emotional instability. By gaining the trust of their victims, traffickers exploit their dreams and aspirations, leading them down a path of enslavement and abuse. Online grooming and recruitment methods. The internet has become a breeding ground for sex traffickers to groom and recruit their victims. They create fake online profiles, posing as potential romantic partners or offering lucrative job opportunities. Through carefully crafted messages and conversations, they build emotional connections with their victims, gradually gaining their trust. Once the traffickers have established a bond, they manipulate their victims into believing that they can provide them with a better life, love, or financial stability. The role of social media in sex trafficking. Social media platforms have become instrumental in the recruitment and exploitation of victims by sex traffickers. These platforms provide traffickers with a vast pool of potential victims, allowing them to target vulnerable individuals who may be seeking validation, attention, or escape from their current circumstances. Traffickers use social media to initiate contact, establish relationships, and eventually coerce their victims into the sex trade. Common lures and tactics used by traffickers. Sex traffickers employ a range of deceptive tactics to lure their victims into their clutches. One common tactic is the promise of a better life, where traffickers offer their victims opportunities such as job placements, education, or travel prospects. They exploit the aspirations of vulnerable individuals, providing false hope and painting an enticing picture of a brighter future. Another tactic used by traffickers is the manipulation of emotional vulnerabilities, where they prey on victims' need for love, affection, and belonging. They use charm, flattery, and gifts to create a sense of dependency and control over their victims. Signs to look out for in potential victims. Being able to recognize the signs of potential trafficking victims is crucial in identifying and helping those who may be trapped in this vicious cycle. While every case is unique, there are some common indicators that may raise suspicion. Sudden changes in behavior, such as withdrawal from family and friends, a significant drop in academic performance, or a sudden change in appearance. Frequent unexplained absences or running away from home. Possessing false identification or multiple cell phones. Showing signs of physical abuse, such as bruises, scars, or other unexplained injuries. Exhibiting signs of extreme fear, anxiety, or depression. Having a controlling or significantly older partner who appears to be in a position of power. How to protect yourself and others from falling victim to sex trafficking. Education and awareness are key in preventing sex trafficking and protecting potential victims. By understanding the tactics used by traffickers, individuals can take steps to protect themselves and others from falling prey to these manipulative criminals. Be cautious when interacting with strangers online and on social media platforms. Avoid sharing personal information and be wary of individuals who seem too good to be true. Stay informed about the issue of sex trafficking and spread awareness to others. Educate yourself and your community about the signs to look out for and the resources available to help victims. Support organizations and initiatives that work towards the prevention and eradication of sex trafficking. Donate to reputable nonprofits, volunteer your time, or participate in awareness campaigns. Report any suspicious activity to local law enforcement or organizations that specialize in combating trafficking. It is essential to take action and provide authorities with any information that may help rescue victims and bring traffickers to justice. Support and resources for survivors of sex trafficking. Survivors of sex trafficking require comprehensive support to heal and rebuild their lives. Many organizations provide a range of services, including shelter, counseling, medical care, legal assistance, and vocational training. These resources aim to empower survivors and help them reintegrate into society. Legal and law enforcement efforts to combat sex trafficking. Governments and law enforcement agencies worldwide are working tirelessly to combat sex trafficking. Legislation has been enacted to strengthen the legal framework and increase penalties for traffickers. Specialized law enforcement units have been established to investigate and prosecute those involved in trafficking. International cooperation and partnerships between governments, organizations, and communities are vital in the fight against sex trafficking. The importance of education and awareness in preventing sex trafficking. Unmasking the deceptive tactics used by sex traffickers is crucial in the fight against this horrific crime. By understanding how traffickers lure their victims and being aware of the signs to look out for, we can take proactive steps to protect ourselves and others. Education and awareness are powerful tools that can empower individuals, communities, and governments to dismantle the networks that perpetuate sex trafficking and provide support to survivors on their path to healing and recovery. In this battle against sex trafficking, each one of us has a role to play. By staying informed, vigilant, and compassionate, we can work together to create a world where exploitation and abuse are no longer tolerated. Let us stand united against sex trafficking and strive to build a future where every individual can live a life free from the clutches of these manipulative criminals. That is all for this video. I hope you learned something and it was helpful to you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more informative, relevant, and highly sought-out content.